Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a how-to video on how to highlight and contour. I use both powder and cream products, so I really hope that you guys love this video. I feel like my techniques have improved so much, and all I improve just change over time. So if I can find any other highlight contour videos that I've done in the past, I'm gonna link them down below for you guys, just for you guys to see a reference, and maybe you can even learn from those. But I think it's so cool to just give you guys updated routines and techniques that I have learned along the way, and you know, evolution is important. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Valeria and I do all videos, beauty, makeup, lifestyle, all that fun stuff. So go ahead and subscribe down below so you can go ahead and join the Valerinas family. Also follow me on Instagram at ValerinBeauty. That is where I stay most active, and I do lots of different like makeup tutorials, OOTDs, all of that. So this video is pretty much targeted to beginners that want to learn how to contour and highlight, why you should use certain products, where you should place them. If you don't know any of those things, then this video is for you. If you just want to sharpen up your skills as well, or you learn something new, of course, I hope you guys love the video. So let's go ahead and get started. First, I'm gonna take care of the skin because the skin has a lot to do with the longevity of your actual makeup use. So I'm gonna be sharing with you guys some primers, you know, products that I use to help brighten and just keep my face in place for whenever I do contour and highlight. First, we're gonna go in with some hydrating primer. I feel like you really have to cater to your skin needs, especially when doing a full face, which includes most often highlight and contour. I really like this product because it's nice and hydrating. I also like that it has somewhat of like a stickier texture, which helps other products like stick together. After that, I'm gonna go with an actual like grip primer, which is the name of this next product that I'm gonna be using. It's from Milk Makeup. You guys see how much I've used up. It actually keeps going up as you use it. This stuff is literally glue for your face. Everyone that comes up to me, like most of my friends that tell me like, how do your makeup stay on all day, and like how can I make my makeup last all day long, I always recommend this product to them because it really just helps the makeup just like bond together and not budge. And this one is a lot more stickier. It's like literally glued to your face, but it's actually a very common, popular product. So next time you're at Ulta, at Sephora, I believe they have it there. Definitely check it out. Or if you just want to try it, of course, I will have all the links to other products that I use down below per usual. So now we're done pretty much like setting the face. I'm gonna let that breathe for a little bit. I'm gonna go with an under eye brightening cream. This is gonna help the highlight look more enhanced and of course like more beautiful. Taking the Farsali Haldi Eyes eye cream. This has turmeric in it. Yeah, it's like a product that helps like brighten your under eyes. I also don't mind the scent either. So just really like to massage this under my eyes. Not only does it brighten it, it also hydrates your under eyes, which I feel like often we tend to forget. We just apply like moisturizer, but the eyes are such a delicate area, and especially if you're planning on caking and baking your under eyes, you want to make sure the area is nice, hydrated, and taken care of. Up next, let's move on to foundation. I think foundation is very important because, like I said, you want to find a foundation that caters to your skin needs, but also a foundation that is like not too matte, because you want to be able to keep adding layers of product to your face, blending and caking. So I think a foundation that will work for mostly everybody is a Super Stay foundation from Maybelline. It's more of a matte finish, but it is a foundation that it doesn't completely set until you like set it with powder. If not, it just becomes like a matte, dewy like foundation. I think it's perfect. It is my most favorite foundation ever. So I'm gonna be using this today, and with 2 pumps, it's usually enough. I am in the shade 220 Natural Beige. A little technique that I've been using recently to apply like my face products is using this brush right here from IT Cosmetics. It is a heart dome brush, but just it applies the foundation so even onto your skin. Like, do you guys see that? So not only is it dispersing the foundation on your skin, making like an even layer, it's also going to soak up that extra product that you don't have to put onto your beauty blender, which it will give you the same effect, but I feel like there's no need to like literally load your beauty blender with so much product because you just can't keep moving it around. The whole point of the beauty blender is to literally like bounce the foundation into your skin to where it looks more natural. So why not give it a little more help with applying the foundation? The foundation brush, I went ahead and cleaned my Ofra beauty sponge. This is like what I have been going in with for like the whole summer since I got it. Like I do not use anything else. I don't remember the last time I actually use a beauty blender. Not that I don't love beauty blenders, I think they're great, but it's always good to have other options, you know? So it is a little bit damp. Always make sure that your blender is damp. This is gonna help just keep melting all those products into your skin. So now that the foundation is done, this is like such an important step. Now let's go in with actually like, you know, highlight, contour, bake. Oof, I just love this about my makeup. So first things first, we're gonna start with the contour because I feel like it's easier to just blend away and then you can clean it up with highlight. People do it completely different. So let's start with contour. There's two products that I love for my cream contour. Oh, sorry, I had to burp. Here we have two cream products. One of them is from Bare Minerals. One of them is the Fenty Matchsticks. And as you can see, one is lighter than the other. It's still like really warm, but one's a little bit lighter. So I like using either or. For the summer, I usually use the Fenty one a lot, but I've been using it a lot recently because I just want more color, but this one will do just fine. So let's see which one I want to use today. It's just like giving you options of like texture. I feel like the Fenty one is not as like dewy and moist as this one, simply because this one's actually a foundation color. This is not a contour stick. This is a foundation color that I found to be really nice to blend into my foundation and my skin. And then I also love the texture, but that's why the Fenty stick is a little bit more harder to blend, because it's actually a contour stick, so it's really gonna give you that like contour to stay on your skin. So whatever your preference is, if you like more of an intense contour, then go in with the Fenty Beauty. If you want more of a softer, dewier, creamy look, you can go in with this one. But just for the sake of this video, because it is a contour routine, I'm gonna use a contour stick. So I would always go in straight with the contour stick and apply it to my skin. And even though it worked, I found that it was a little hard to blend out. Second of all, I would deposit a lot more color than I needed. So what I started doing was taking this brush right here from Luxie. It looks like a normal buffer brush. It is a 512 small contouring, because you're able to stipple it and move it around the face. What I like to do is just take the brush, and go like this so you guys can see, and just run it like back and forth until I see that the brush has enough pigment. And then I can actually control the amount and the intensity of the color as I need to apply more. So to find your contour, I like to go like this. And then you'll naturally see like where your skin has like a little bit of like a dip. And then you always want to apply your contour at an angle. So from the corner of your mouth to the top of your ear, that should be like the ratio of how you want to cream contour. And also making sure you buff it out into your hairline. Like you see how right now I'm going like too far down. Don't do that. I'm just doing that because I know I'm going to go back in and clean it up. But you guys can see with that product that I applied onto the brush, I am able, I don't know if you guys can see it right now, but I am able to literally bronze up an entire side of my face, making sure you get into those pelitos. And you always want to make sure you get it as close to the hairline as you can, just in case you guys are doing any like ponytails or like brush your hair back. You want to make sure that you don't see like the actual color of your scalp. So I actually have enough product to work on my other side, on my other cheek. Now you can use the same brush, like a little bit more product, and I'm gonna use this to just run it on the sides of my nose, because I feel like contouring your nose, even if it's a little bit, it will make such a big difference. So first I'm gonna go with a concealer that's actually like my skin tone, taking the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer in the shade Natural Beige. And I'm gonna be kind of generous with this. I also like with the concealer to start kind of like shaping my nose. And I like to go in a little higher on my nose, like that, into the inner corner, because it gets really dark in there. And the here sides of my mouth. And then I'll do a little bit under just to clean this area up. You can go in on your forehead. I usually don't, but for the sake of the video, these are just the areas to where like I just want to bring more light to the face. Well, now we're going with concealer, so you really have to focus about the areas that you want to brighten. But usually these are the areas that I want to like, you know, look more concealed and put together. So we're gonna go with another concealer that's a shade lighter, and then we're gonna actually highlight with that. But right now we just want to conceal and just brighten areas on our face. And again, I'm taking that blender from Ofra. So I always start like blending like the mouth area, and then I kind of like work my way up. You guys see how I just brightened my whole mouth area? And then I always like to blend outward, and then outward and up into my temple. Also remember not to go like too down onto your contour, because we'll just take it away. And always be careful to do your blend around your eyebrows. If you have done it like before, you don't want to mess them up. Now I'm going to squeeze my blender, and I'm gonna go up and down, blending my nose contour. So now for the inner corner of the eye, I'm gonna go with a different brush, like more like a flash shader brush. And I'm gonna use that to just blend out those areas. I like to blend it like towards like the eyeshadow. We can always go back and like add some more. But it kind of like brightens like the eye a little bit. Now we're gonna go in with the Laura Mercier Concealer. This is in the shade 2W. It is like a shade lighter. And I'm only gonna apply this like under my eyes. That is where I need like the most coverage. Now we're gonna go in with the Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Powder. Now I've seen some girls do this to where like they set the highlighted areas first with like a pressed powder. I usually would just go in with like, you know, like the loose powder, but it actually looks a lot better this way because you don't have to put as much like baking powder because you just see like what you need. And it already gives you like a flawless base to like apply the loose powder. Most times if you just apply the baking powder on the top of like the wet concealer, it'll soak up a lot more product than needed. And it might create like even like a shadow almost of where like the baking like, you know, stops where you applied it. So I feel like in applying like pressed powder first, it just gives you like a nice soft canvas. Because with the baking powder, you just want to like set and like brighten. Not so much like, you know, like lock down your entire face as with powders. So definitely try this step because I tried it and it just also changed like how my face looked. And this is in the color 220 Natural Beige as well. And I'm taking this brush from IT Cosmetics. But baby, you know I'm gonna bake. So I'm taking the Anastasia Banana Powder because it has a little bit of yellow. It's going to brighten the under eye. And it's gonna give you more of that chisel like highlighted look. More illuminated face. So here's what it looks like. Taking the same sponge from Ofra. Just like to bake around the mouth area. I always like to top off the excess in the palm of my hand because sometimes when you pick up the powder, it's a little bumpy. So you want to make sure that when you pick it up, it's like flat on the sponge. It's gonna give you a nice even cover. I also like to squeeze it and really press that on the side of my nose and really get into those like fine lines. So now while we let that kind of like do its thing, we're gonna go ahead and move on to contour. So for contour, it's really tricky because some people like to leave it just like this because you already have some color. I like to enhance it a little bit more and go with like, you know, bronzing powders. So people go over with contour powders on top of cream contour, and that can look really nice or it could look really bad depending on your skin tone, your shade, what you use. But for me, I don't really like it because it makes me look a little bit gray. So I found this powder when I went to Allison Broad in New York. It is like a bronzer, but it is such a light bronzer. It's called Natural Sunkissed Glow Enhancer. So it's not a bronzer and it's not a contour powder. It's a glow enhancer, but it gives you guys the prettiest, like, I don't know, contour look because it is such a light color. That's all that it is, guys. Like, look at how natural that looks. I take that with an angle brush. I just go back in the areas where I applied like the cream contour. It just kind of like brings that cream contour back to life. You know what I'm saying? Now I'll go ahead and take this opportunity to apply it under my lip. Maybe a little bit over my lip. And then on the sides of the nose. And just like that. It's just like such a natural look. I'm gonna go back in with this big brush from IT, and I'm going to just buff everything away, especially around my nose area. Now the last step in this routine that I find really important is setting your face. Usually I'll set my face now and then go in with like blush and highlight, but that can be like another video on how to like bronze, blush and highlight. I could do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and set the face with my MAC Fix Plus, and make sure you fan yourself after, because if you don't, you might have a little bit of blotchiness. I don't know why fans weren't a thing before. I absolutely love using a fan, and it gives you like an instant result. So this is pretty much it for like my highlight and contour routine. You guys can see all the powders. You can see like the dimension of the contour. You guys can see the dimensions of the highlight, the contour, the foundation. Everything goes in together, and we use both cream and powder products, and you can still achieve a really natural chiseled glam contour look. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish off the rest of my makeup and then I'll be right back. Well, that was it for the video. I hope you guys loved and learned something from it. If you did, let me know down below, or let me know any of your tips and tricks that you like. I will have other products that I use listed down below along with their links. You guys can go ahead and click the links and get the products or even take a look at them. And also, if any of them apply any discount codes, you guys know I got you with that as well. Let me know what more videos you guys would like to see in the how-to series. I really just want to like teach you guys and give you guys different things and just like makeup tutorials all the time. So I really think this will be a fun series to start filming for you guys. Also, any fall requests, there's never too many fall videos, I feel like. That is it for today, guys. I love you so much. Muchos besitos y abrazos, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.